Hello guys, today I'll be reviewing OU812 by Van Halen, the second album with Sammy Hagar, and as I've mentioned in my recent Van Halen reviews, I have been listening to Van Halen a lot, which is probably a part of the reason why I've been doing these Van Halen reviews, but yeah, I was listening to some of the songs on this album today, and I figured, hey, why not give this album a review? But anyways, let's go ahead and dive into the album. The album starts off with Mine All Mine, and this is the album opener. And it's probably one of my favorites on the album. It's a fairly upbeat, catchy song. I tried to look into what the lyrics could be about, but couldn't really come to a final conclusion. But if you know what the lyrics are about, feel free to let me know in the comment section below. But yeah, again, the song is definitely very 80s sounding for sure. I mean, of course, it came out in 1988, but yeah. Definitely a great song and a solid album opener. But next you have the song When It's Love, and the song is basically a power ballad and it charted fairly well for the band. I know it's within their top 5 most successful singles, you could say. Top 3 or top 5, I heard something about that recently, but either way, definitely a great song, has great melody to it, and you get plenty of great melody in the Sammy era of the band for sure. But yeah, again, definitely a great song and a song that still holds up for me today. But next you have the song AFU Naturally Wired. And for those who don't know, AFU stands for All Fired Up. And if someone were to tell me that, or if someone were to give me the opinion that the song is filler, I would totally understand, but either way, I still think it's a pretty good song. I think it's a fairly catchy song, actually. But now, it's not one of my personal favorites on the album, but I do like it, though. But next, we have the song Cabo Wabo, which is one of the fan favorites of the Sammy era. And yeah, kind of a unique song on the album. It's around 7 minutes long, and you can't even tell that it's 7 minutes long when you listen to it. Through listening to it, it maybe feels like it's like 4 or 5 minutes at best, but yeah, I think it's a pretty good song. To me, it doesn't overstay its welcome, and yeah, I think it's a pretty good song. Not my favorite song on the album, but it is a highlight though on the album. The next you have the song Source of Infection, and I heard that the song was about Eddie's hospitalization for dengue fever, which I heard is a fever that has to do with mosquitoes, if I remember correctly. And yeah, this is kind of like with Mine All Mine. This song is very 80s sounding, especially the chorus. Now, if someone were to say that the song sounds pretty dated, I totally understand, but either way, I still think it's a pretty good song. It's pretty catchy, upbeat, and kind of a fun song to listen to be honest. And one of my personal favorites on the album, and kind of an underrated song, too. But next we have the song Feel So Good, and I believe this was another single on the album. It had a music video, and over time for me this song grew on me and I like it more now, because at the beginning of when I was getting into Van Halen, this song I thought was just only okay, but over time, again, I grew to like it more and more. But overall, I still think it's a pretty good song. But then we have the song Finish What You Started, and this song kind of has a classic old school feel to it, like 70s, 60s. I don't know. That's the kind of vibe that I get with this song musically, and kind of a unique song on the album too, and not a bad choice for a single. But yeah, definitely a great song and still holds up for me today, and probably one of my favorites on the album. But then we have the song Black and Blue, which I believe was the first single, if I remember correctly. I could be wrong about that, but either way, I kind of like it's a simple but catchy rhythm and the verses, and the song overall, I mean, sometimes it's one of my favorites, sometimes it isn't, but either way, I still think it's a pretty good song. But then we have Sucker and a 3-piece, and this song is about a man who is dumped by their attractive girlfriend because they want to be with a rich guy who can take care of them. And this song is around somewhere between 5 and 6 minutes, like closer to 6 minutes. And I think this song is okay. It's not one of my personal favorites on the album, but I do like it though. But then the album closes with a political blues, which is a cover, and to be honest, I've never been a fan of this song. Now, it's not awful, I just can never really get into it personally, but if you're into the song, more power to you. But it's a cover song, and I'll be honest, I haven't heard the original. Maybe I'll check out the original after this video, but for me, this cover just has never done it for me, and not sure why they chose to have this be the album closer. But either way, it's okay, but at the same time, I'm not the biggest fan of it. But anyways, if I had to rate this album, I'd probably have to give it maybe an 8 out of 10. Not one of my personal favorite Van Halen albums, but either way, I still think it's a good album, and an album, of course, worth checking out if you haven't heard it already. But anyways, let me know your thoughts on the album. Do you love it? Do you hate it? How does it compare to the other Sammy Hagar albums for you? And all that good stuff. But anyways, thanks for watching. Please leave a comment and like, subscribe. Have a nice day, and take care.